Just now.
I know.
I feel it.
I've thought about it. No, we're joking. You can start on that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 30 of season 2 of Fab Life of Lonely. It is only Lonely today. I hate to disappoint, but in episode 29, if you're still catching up, oh my God, see, I was nervy bee, wasn't I? There's no one in here.
Do you feel exposed?
I do feel exposed, but normally I'm not bothered. 29, we had a guest, Lee.
We had our
It's a bit
first
empty
ever guest.
here.
It's been a while. To be honest, I'm glad she's gone. She overtook the episode. No, I'm joking. She was fab, wasn't
She was so
Amy Walsh.
fab.
If you haven't listened already, go ahead and listen to the previous episode of Amy Walsh. Emmerdale's Amy Walsh, we should
Emmerdale.
say. Little name drop.
Our Tracy.
Our Tracy.
She's been through the ringer, our Tracy, hasn't she? God love her.
Well, both on and off the soap.
Oh, Savage, she's going to kill you for that next week. She did listen 3 times as well, so Fab Lifers who re-listen, don't worry, Emmerdale's Amy Walsh
She said.
re-listened also.
She texts me going, I've listened to it 3 times. I think I'm a narcissist.
Join the club.
Even I don't listen to it 3 times.
No, me neither.
I
Once,
can't stand my voice.
No, I'm like, what are you
do you
talking
mean,
about? You or me. Oh, God. But she was very funny. I'm very proud of the app. It was a good first guest.
It was.
Yeah. Anyway, to our own horn, let's discuss the Queen one more time. We did it very briefly in the last
I
step.
just groaned in a way where it's like,
It's too much.
oh, well, it's not too much, but it's like, I don't know, it was weird, wasn't it? But we should talk about the funeral very quickly, actually.
Just because it's been the funeral since, and we just, since the last episode, obviously. And like a classic, I just want to discuss, and it was a lovely service. My favourite part was the music.
I'm gutted they
bagpipes.
didn't sing my favourite, Sing Hosanna,
I did
Give
see
Me
it
Oil
too,
in My
man.
Lamp, Keep Me Burning. It's a bop.
It's an absolute bop. And did they do Jerusalem? I did have a nap halfway through though, so
It's what she would have wanted.
yeah, it was quite long, wasn't it? It was like a double funeral.
Well,
Let's be honest.
The news then was like, yes, she's specifically made it short. I was like, how long did it used to be?
I know. Do you know what?
But you
though?
know what? She's had a long reign. She deserves it.
She deserves it.
But nowhere was open. You know, I had to.
Morrison, even Mozza wasn't open.
Oh, well, I had to.
Really?
I was looking for lunch. I was very hungry. I had to have for lunch, get ready for this, a KFC. That's
dirty.
disgusting. Dirty.
Dirty.
Filthy.
Were you hungover?
I was a bit hungover.
Yeah, it was bank holiday.
But there was no, like, shops open.
No.
There was no... do you know what
Even
I wanted? I
pubs.
wanted a packaged sandwich. That's all I wanted.
Cheese and celery. If you're going to
Oh,
mail us
yeah.
anything, guys, Waitrose or M&S are going to sponsor us. We'd love a cheese and celery. All right. But yeah, nothing was open. Even pubs were really opening in the afternoon, which is scandalous because I love a bank holiday pint. You know, like everyone's there, everyone's hungover. No pubs.
Well, did you cry? Did you get emotional?
The music, no. But
You were going to lie then, weren't you?
yeah, I was going to be like, I was close, but I wasn't. What gets me is the music and the marching. Because that's like, all them bagpipes. Imagine hearing that in real life. I've only ever heard one bagpipe at a time.
I'm not sure. I like bagpipes.
Oh, but with the drum
Oh, yeah, with a drum.
and the horse. A horse with a drum. That drum, a horse. The horse drum. What's he called?
The drumming horse.
The drumming horse. Well, he's not actually drumming. It's not like,
Now that I would have tuned into. That was Britain's Got Talent.
oh yeah, oh my God. This year's winner. Yeah, the drumming horse. I felt like that poor horse was deaf by the end of the day.
Oh, really?
It's right by its ears.
I bet it was quite. It was. I bet to be there to witness it would have been a lot. I got a bit emotional when I saw the crown on the coffin.
Yeah.
Thought it was a bit of symbolism, you know.
Them lads as well carrying it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was like, bet you're bricking it. And they didn't have a moment off because they were like, they were stood there for ages because everyone was walking in. And I was like, you could see it shaking in the camera shot as well. I was like, oh, God, love you. The one at the back, he's only 12. He's going to drop it.
I as well when the Navy came up. I mean, I'm ashamed to say, but there was a lot of fit Navy.
Well,
men there.
I was about to say, you know, she didn't have horses and she loved a horse, didn't she? To carry the thingy. Well, she did have horses, but normally they carry the gun thing it was called, wasn't it? Or
the gun carriage.
The gun carriage. Well done.
Please.
Oh my God! All right,
Get the
royal
word.
historian. We've got Nicholas. What's he called? Is it Witchall or something?
No
that
idea.
royal response. Anyway, I was thinking, you know what? If I was going to go, I'd have about 100 seamen carrying my coffin as well. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have the horses. I'd have because they were in the vintage like Gene Kelly numbers.
Would you?
Oh yeah.
So you'd want to be what? Covered in 100 semen?
Oh God, you see me on Saturday nights.
Oh, you're a married woman.
What? Freddie's great.
He keeps going and going. Does he call it the gun carriage?
That's the bedroom,
This was meant to be a respectful chat about the Queen's funeral, and we've fucked it already, haven't
It's
we?
a good job we missed that week, because this is what we would have ended up saying in our nerves of the Queen's death. Anyway. There was a couple of moments. Did you see that man drop his napkin?
No. So tell me about this. You said something about a napkin. I have no idea
God.
what you're talking about.
I don't know what it was. It looked like a tissue because he was obviously like dead sad. But he was up at the top. Like the coffin had just been put in its place at Westminster Abbey, and then up at the top, they were all like clergymen, weren't they, or whatever? So they all had the big hats on and all the robes and stuff. And the one nearest to the coffin, right of the coffin, in the like proper in the shot, he just had a little tissue napkin thing, just went.
Oh no!
And it stayed there. And I was like, pick that up, and he didn't.
You don't. Well, you wouldn't. You would shit yourself, wouldn't you? You were like, do I pick it? Do I not? Snipers everywhere.
I know. He was like, dude.
He's like, as dying breath. I was only picking up my napkin.
I didn't want to disrespect him. Oh God, he just needed to blow his nose and he couldn't.
Oh.
But Twitter is alive, isn't it? And like with events like this, like Royal Variety, the Queen's funeral, everyone's on Twitter, like commenting on whatever they can, and everyone was putting the shopping list. Like,
what? Photoshopping it.
It was like bin bags, milk, Hovis, or whatever. Like he dropped his shopping list.
Oh, I mean, Twitter is a cesspit of just vile hatred, but there are some real gems.
Quite
it's
funny,
the TK
though.
Maxx of websites, isn't it? You have to wade through the shit to find some of the gems.
Also, the woman who shook that guy's hand and he just totally blanked her.
Oh, yeah. So for anyone who didn't see it, shit, I don't know what happened there.
Who was she? I don't even know who she was. Who is she?
I don't know, but they were filing past and he was shaking everyone's hands, and then she put hers out and he just missed it. And you see her go, oh my, you see her turn to her partner
see
and
her do
go,
what normal people do.
Oh God, he's just totally blanked me out. I mean, you know that happened to me at a wedding. No. Oh my God. I was a bridesman at a wedding. Of course I was.
Of course you were.
And we get there, it's abroad, we're in Spain, and the wedding planner's there, like fanning around. And so I was going up and I was like, no one has briefed us. I was like, no one has told. I needed an artist liaison.
Yeah.
I was like, I've not been briefed with what to do. And we had to walk down these steps. And so I said to her, I was like, what do we do? Do we walk down the steps? And she was like, oh God, the bridesmaids aren't even this diva-ish. I was like, I'm just asking you where I stand, because I could fuck this up. I could throw a napkin in the middle of the thing and fuck it up. So
Bride could slip on that, that's it, over.
Exactly. So the bride's family dog was the ring bearer. I know what you're thinking. It's the gayest wedding ever.
Was this a dream?
That's my Saturday night. No, and so I was meant to walk down these steps, gesticulate with my arm to the mother of the groom, who was holding the lead of the ring bearer, the dog, Tinkerbell. It's very gay. It's very gay. More like. And she was then meant to take my hand, and I was meant to guide her through down to the steps.
So you were like Prince Charming. Like.
Exactly. That's what I was going for. Well, we do it at the time. I turn, I'm like, ta-da, like, do that. The mother obviously gets nervous. She looks at me, totally blanks me, leaves me hanging with like my arm, just like, and you just see me in the wedding video kind of like look away. And go, like,
they had a videographer.
Because what do you do with your hand? It's just there. It's like, you have to be like, and it was so embarrassing.
Animation says something like, here comes Tinkerbell.
Please welcome Tink. So I understand how that woman felt.
We've all been there.
But, we talked a few weeks ago about sayings and words we hate. Cost of living crisis you were sick of hearing about. Just kind of the phrase.
Get used to that one.
Pomp and pageantry has been a lot this week, hasn't it?
Oh, was that a lot of filler? A lot of filler.
Well, a lot of people just keep saying, oh, no one does pomp and pageantry like us, do they?
No.
Like, even my grandma said it on the phone, like, oh, we do pomp and pageantry well. I want it to be like 70 odd years since we've done this, Grandma.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't, well, maybe we do it well, do we?
Also, yeah, I guess so.
Anyway, that's the funeral.
It was a lovely send-off. Freddie could
send-off.
get over that, where it was like, it's the fucking Queen. She's not going to have like a barbecue around her neighbour's house, is she, for it?
No.
I did wonder if they all just had some like boiled potatoes and a bit of a buffet at Windsor after. Like we would have.
I don't think they would have.
They would have had some food.
Banquet.
Though. A banquet. But I wonder if they got drunk and told tales and like laughed. You know, like that's what we would do at work.
Well,
but maybe not. I would love to just been a fly on the wall.
I guess we'd never know.
We'll never know until Harry brings that book out.
Oh,
Harry. Meghan looks stunned, didn't she? Anyway, we
Looks
weren't going to talk about
stoned?
this. Stunned.
I was going to say that'll be on the bloody newspaper tomorrow. They'll just stoned wet.
Anything the newspapers can pick up on her, they'll pick up. She looked great.
She did. Anyway, we've joined in the studio with a new producer. It's
my God.
It's like a cameo cast every week. I love it.
It is, because they just go, I'm never working on Fab Life again.
I know. It's actually,
Bit worrying,
yeah,
actually, isn't it?
maybe it's that. We've never had the same one twice. Oh, Phoebe, of course.
We've had Phoebes a few.
Yeah.
She's never to be seen, though.
Yeah, she's all of a sudden just disappeared.
Mystery.
Is it something we did? Something we
I think it
said?
might be. Well, hey, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Hello,
Big
hello,
round of
hello.
applause for Jonathan.
Oh, my
Hello.
God. The baby scream.
I'm in for the long haul, just from that chat alone. I liked it. We talked about semen, we talked about the Queen, my two favourite things. It's great.
Oh, my God. He can stay. Jonathan can stay.
Well, if there's two things I can talk about, it's semen and queens.
And we're off, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hey.
So it's weird because the past couple of weeks we had that week off. Then obviously we've had guests last week, so we haven't had like a full catch up.
Debrief. I mean, you're back, baby girl.
I'm back, bitches. Well, I was back for 4 days. Then we had to have a week off.
Yeah.
But I'm back. I'm moving this week.
Shit the bed. Well, I mean, don't in the new place.
I'll lose my deposit.
I know, God heaven. God heaven. I'm not even religious. I'm on a mad one today, honestly.
Oh, she's on a mad one
I just
saying
feel
God
like-
heaven. She's wild.
I know they would say fuck shit, that's fine. I feel delirious after all my holes, you know.
Oh, yeah, you've been in Paris.
I've been
Tell
in
us about
Paris.
Paris.
Oh, yeah, I've just cut into your bit, but we'll get to you.
Yeah.
I went to Paris for the mother-in-law's 70th.
Oh, very good.
It was a classic, though. It was a surprise. And then someone sent a text the week off saying,
give it
enjoy
away.
Paris.
To her.
To her, yeah. Oh, happy 70th.
Oh, that's annoying.
Enjoy Paris.
Did they try and get out of it?
it? Well, no one mentioned it. And I think when you have a surprise, I like a surprise. So I would just not talk. I would just be like, she knew she was going somewhere. Something was afoot because nothing had been planned.
I'm pretty sure if she suspected she was going somewhere and then someone said, enjoy Paris, she definitely knows. Did she
Yeah.
pretend? Because that's even worse if you pretend
Well-
you're still surprised. It's like, oh, I can't believe
Well,
it.
I think, like-
C'est moi.
C'est moi, little old moi. Yeah. She didn't know we were going to be there. That was like the surprise. So Freddie and his sister and her boyfriend and me were all like.
So
in
you
Paris
were
as
like the
well.
surprise.
Well, I guess so. But then I think she'd kind of, because his sister hadn't been there in the week because she lives up north. Hey, Isabella, she listens to the pod. We had a joke about the pod at the weekend, you see. Yeah. Hey, friend of the pod. Yeah, she wasn't going to be there. And she's really close to the mum. So, like, we were, in hindsight, we were all like,
She
oh, we
like,
should have
something's
got
afoot.
you to send a text being like, enjoy Paris. I know you figured it out. But you're just worried that anything's going to make you slip up.
Mm.
But we wore wigs and like disguises so that we weren't obvious we were in this like restaurant, pretending we were French people. We look really. Yeah.
Where did you get the wigs from? Did you take them in your
Well, you know me and
suitcase?
Freddie have a full dressing up box. Many wigs. Most of them is. Just to clarify, he was an actor and he's a playwright, so he has a lot of
Hanging
wig
on to
props.
that acting career.
Yeah, years later.
It should have been me.
I just catch him in the spur room
He's got
doing a monologue.
You got a wig box.
No, we just chuck him in a pair of tights and then just.
Oh
We don't have the room for it.
no.
I'd like to have all them heads, with like all the wigs on. Yeah.
So what wigs? So what? So you,
I had my show wig
this
on.
is actually quite. This would quite excite me actually because it would
Would it?
really be an undercover
Well, it
operation,
made you
which I
nervous.
think you're doing quite a lot for, considering she was 99% sure that the surprise was happening. But did you
Yeah.
then turn the surprise into you're the surprise?
Well, yeah, what we did the night before was, because they came to King's Cross, and they were staying in the Renaissance, so it was obviously like, his dad was like, where do you think you're going? Wink, wink. You can see the trains, right? It's such a lovely hotel and whatever. And me and Freddie went to meet the night before for a drink to make it like, we won't be coming meeting you for a drink if we were going to be there tomorrow.
Right. Okay.
And we were like, have a good time, see ya.
Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'd got the really early train, so we weren't on their train either. So we were kind of like, we'd be on their train if we were going with them, you know what I mean? So then we all arrived, and then the night before, weirdly enough, she'd got on to talking about wigs. Like, I can't remember now, because, I mean, I was drinking for like 5 days straight in the end, because it was one of them weeks, you know, where everyone was like, you coming out on Tuesday, you coming out on Wednesday? Yeah, so I can't remember why we were talking about wigs, but we were like, we'll pack the wigs. So drunkenly we packed the wigs and berets and sunglasses and we all sat in these wigs. But it was good because it's just, the restaurant's quite empty. So she just would have seen us.
So how did you reveal? Did you walk up and like take the wig off?
Well, no, we got in there first. But you know when you're all of a sudden like, oh, fuck, she might be behind us. We were like, oh God, put your wig on quick.
Because
You know,
the
like
thing
walking
is,
down the
you would have had
street.
to have like a one of those voice box things. Because if she'd heard you speaking,
Oh, I know. It's
like,
not bad.
oh bloody hell,
Well, and Isabella's the same because she's basically got a southern accent.
right.
You know what I mean? So even like her voice is distinctive as well. So either of us two, and we
So
both
what
talk
voice did you
loud.
put on?
I was like, bonjour, je m'appelle Monique.
Yeah.
That's a nice
did
name,
you
isn't
think?
it?
Did you not think of a
No,
alias? You
there was
didn't go
enough.
that far?
Like we didn't go that far, but Isabella's boyfriend could speak French because he's from Belgium, so he told the waiter, which was very impressive.
Very good.
It's very impressive when someone can speak another language, isn't it? And he said, oh, something Angleterre, as in like their parents are coming from Angleterre and it's a surprise. Dickhead English people, you know, probably. So they just went along with it. So when they came, we had a bottle of Moët there ready and stuff.
Gorge.
Gorge out of 10. They didn't offer anything less, actually. They knew what they were doing.
Oh.
They knew we were coming.
Yeah.
And when they came in, they were like, Alan, my father-in-law, was like, oh, yeah, where do you want to sit? And she was a bit like, well, where are we sitting then? And the maitre d' just kind of like left them to it because he knew. So they walked like fully into the restaurant and was like, duh, duh, duh. And she was like, well, I'm not sitting over there with other people. You know, when the restaurant's empty. So she didn't even know it was us because we were like, heads down, like chatting. And then she was like, oh my God. And she said,
I'd love to have her side of the story
Yeah.
in this, whether she's going, I saw him straight away.
no, she did say, she was like, it was all confusing, so I wasn't thinking you were going to be in there
No,
because it was a
yeah.
bit like,
She probably thought as well, if you were
What
going to
the hell?
surprise her, you would have arrived by now.
yeah. So I think she was a bit like, no, and probably getting her back up a bit like, I'm not sitting over there. I'm not sitting with other people. I don't know. It's my birthday kind of thing.
No.
And then she realised and she said,
Well, what would you have done if she was like sat next to you and was like, oh God, I had a terrible feeling like Lauren and Freddie would turn up and totally ruin the holiday. And you were like halfway through taking off your wig, pop it back on.
I would have had to just do a Cher impression because I had my Cher wig on. I would have.
What, it was a
It was my Cher wig.
Oh.
So I would have had to be like, oh, honey, sorry about that.
I can't believe we just said that.
Really
Thank you.
good.
I don't think it was that good, actually.
Could have done it better. We'll
Probably.
do it again for a reel, maybe.
Even then, I don't think it's worthy.
No, it's not. But yes, I've been jet setting. Paris, went to Vienna, went to
Eurostar?
Eurostar.
Always.
I love
I don't know
fucking
anyone who would want
Eurostar.
to fly. You know when people are like, yeah, but flying only takes an hour. I'm like, yeah, but so it takes about an
then the
hour to get to the
transfer.
airport,
Yeah.
an hour to get to the airport early,
Nightmare.
departures. Absolutely.
sorry.
Cheers.
Sorry.
We're having
Yeah.
a gin and tonic.
I
It's the
know.
afternoon. Because you know I'm going to a premiere tonight.
Oh, no wonder you wanted a little bevy. Bevy, bev.
Cheers if you're watching on the U of the Tube.
Why? Oh, yeah, great. Tell us about this
I
premiere.
have no idea what it is other than it's called Amsterdam and it has Christian Bale in it. I believe. I think it has
love
Christian Bale in
Christian
it.
Bale. Well, I don't know. He went through a bit of a dodgy phase. But
Is he the one that went a bit mental at someone once?
Did he punch someone backstage, or no? Maybe just.
We've all been there.
We've all been there.
That's
if
loose women.
if Jeremy Clarkson can still get a job after what he
Oh.
did that, didn't he?
Yeah. I'm not sure I like that man.
No, who does?
I know.
No wonder he's still on the telly. Honestly,
Well, he must be liked if he's if he's getting those jobs.
just by men who are like him, surely. I don't know any a woman that likes him. Oh, nightmare.
So it's also, I should point out, Strictly launched this week. Dun, da, 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 dun, 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 da, 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 dun. That's Lauren's ice cubes there,
Thank
trying
you.
to do some sort of percussion type sound.
And you did the bloody launch.
Oh,
You
I was
haven't even
hoping you'd
covered
say that,
this.
Lauren.
You
Yes, I
have
did the
not
launch.
covered this. So you're back in London. You're back on loose.
I've gone
and
full throttle.
Yeah, you
Moving
don't do
to
things
Notting
like
Hill.
that.
I'm not fucking around.
Oh my God, who are you moving in?
Do you
with?
guys know Joanne Clifton from Strictly?
Oh.
Do you?
How do you know that I might have that connection?
So Joanne is very good friends with my girlfriend, who she's like a West End gal, and she was in Rocky Horror with Joanne.
Oh my
So,
God,
sort of-
what is your girlfriend called? Will she mind a shout out?
No, not well. I mean, her husband might. No, it's fine. No, she's,
Very good.
no, she's called Miracle Chance. So she's like a West End gal. She does.
Oh, we know Miracle Chance. I used to
Really?
work promo with her.
Ah, yeah, she used to do promo back in the day.
Yeah, Miracle. She used to work for Pod.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
think maybe she was after my time then.
Yeah,
don't know
I
her.
think
You
she.
guys
And I
do-
remember a woman called Miracle
Wait,
Chance.
Miracle's
you know what I
your
mean?
girlfriend?
Yeah. Do you ever do Bira Moretti?
Yeah. Well, no, not myself, but yeah, she was one of the girls on that, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh
Shout
my
out to Moretti.
God.
Yeah. So
What
she's doing. Sorry, I've hijacked everything, but yeah, she's doing.
No.
She was
What?
in a show with Joanne. So.
No, my God. What is she in now, old Miracle?
She's in a show called Unfortunate, which is a kind of.
I know, because I know the writer
Oh yeah.
of Ursula the Sea Witch.
Well, yeah, comedian.
yes,
you told
Daniel
me
Fox.
that.
Yes, yeah.
You told
Oh, it
me
all
about that.
comes
Oh, it
full
is.
circle.
It does. Small world. Let's get Miracle on the pod.
Yes, and another full circle moment. I know of Joanne Clifton because she's from Grimsby.
That's why he asked us.
And they have Clifton's Dance Academy there, and Kevin's from Grimsby. So Kevin is Joanne's brother. No.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
No, they were partners. Didn't they break up? Or is that something-
They were both partners and brother.
That's
they are.
Grimsby
That's
for
crazy
you.
for you.
They're brother and sister. I think.
Yes.
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Oh, what a weird small world.
What a weird small world. So I thought, because I said, why do you know that reference? Because I thought you were talking about Joanne being from Grimsby.
Oh,
I thought he's done a research.
is she still in it? Because often the dancers do change around
No,
so much.
she's not in it.
Oh, okay. Tell me about the Strictly launch then. So did you get to meet all the new contestants?
Yes. So I can't say too much, obviously, because this episode goes out on a Thursday and the launch is this Friday. So it was
Yeah.
meant to be last Saturday, but it got postponed
of
because of the
course.
Queen. So it was
Yeah.
pre-recorded, and then the live show is this Saturday. But yes, it was a very good launch show. It was long. Oh, it was long.
There's so many contestants at the beginning, so you've got to do a lot.
So many contestants, and the musical act was incredible. I'm not
And you
allowed to
can't
say who it was.
Oh my God, I love
But
the musical
maybe
act.
I will say all of me enjoyed it.
Oh my God.
And there was a lot of ordinary people around.
Oh.
Okay?
That's a big act. That is a big act.
It was indeed the cheeky girls.
I was going to say Mr. Blobby back on BBC One.
I've
oh
met
my
Mr. Blobby.
Have
It was one
you?
of the highlights of my career.
Did you just go blah, 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 blah?
I met Mr. Blobby in character and met the person who is inside
It's never
Mr.
been
Blobby.
the same person the whole time, has it?
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
Okay.
I didn't get that far inside him.
I was in the suit though. Oh my God, I love it. So, who are the contestants? Because you know a lot of them, don't we?
There's some new ones, but yeah. So obviously, Kay from Loose Women, I know, and she's.
So
in
you
it.
had a friend
So
there?
I had a friend there,
Oh.
and it was nice to see her. But yeah, so Strictly season's upon us. Loose Women's back in town. I'm gigging. I'm back in London. It feels weird because it feels like life has returned to normal, and it as
Yeah.
normal as it ever was.
I keep forgetting you're just here.
I know. I mean, I'm moving. It's a stress moving. Let's talk moving.
Let's
'Cause
talk.
you've lived in that lovely little cottage
A cottage.
in the woods
with my
with the
grandma.
7 dwarves for quite some time now.
I have.
Imagine if you were a Disney princess.
Oh my God. Oh, he can't even
Choked
believe
at
it.
the
He's
thought of
choked.
it.
Yeah, so unbelievable. Who would I be?
Who would you be?
I wouldn't be Snow White, would I? Although I would like to live with 7 men. All them seamen.
Oh God. Yeah, made me ever think. You'd be like someone like Moana.
Someone a bit wild.
No,
They're
not
like
Moana.
free.
Sorry, Merida. You know,
Who's
the
that?
Scottish one that was like
Oh,
feisty and had her own
she's feisty.
thing.
Or Meg out of
Oh yeah,
out
you'd
of Hercules.
be Meg.
Because she hates men at the beginning, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And that's what I used to be like.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I loved them, but I hated them.
You were a bit.
cold-hearted.
You were a bit cold-hearted, weren't
Yeah.
you?
I was just like Meg. She's got a great solo in that as well.
She really has. She
I
really
think
has.
my girlfriend would be Cinderella because she also needs to leave the party before midnight or she transforms
Oh,
to
really?
a drunk. No, she's.
You get a treat to that every Friday and Saturday night, though, Jonathan. Love it. I think that's Lee. Actually, I think that's.
I
what
know.
Lee
Yeah,
does.
it probably is.
Has to be home before 2. 2 maybe for you. It's different cut off.
Depends what time I've started drinking. Could be like 10 p.m.
If
It's
it's
like,
a
oh,
bottomless.
Lee's going south.
Yeah, if it's a bottomless brunch.
It's the drunk eyes for me as well,
Yeah.
isn't it? You can tell with my eyes.
You get the eyes. Freddie gets the slur.
Oh yeah, Freddie does slur,
He does
doesn't he?
slur. He knows he does it as well. We were joking about that the weekend.
It's when he starts dribbling on his wig that you know something's wrong.
Like, you just take it off. Take it off.
Why are you talking in a French accent?
What's that napkin when you need it anyway? Where are we talking about Disney then?
Oh, living in the woods. So I'm moving.
Sure.
So it's stress. You haven't moved
I
for a
hate
while.
moving. And well, our tiny flat's got so much stuff in it now, so if we had to move,
That's my
it'd be a
stress. I don't know
fucking
what to bring.
nightmare.
I don't.
You
know
can
what to
start
bring.
smaller. You can start again.
No, but then you just accumulate loads of shit.
Mm.
And so I've thrown away a load of well, I haven't thrown them away. I've given them to charity.
Vinted.
Yeah. Oh, I want to do that, but it's a lot of effort putting
It
all those
is,
clothes online.
and it's cheap on Vinted. It's like you can't sell stuff
Really?
as much, yeah, because there's no like fees or anything. Pain in the ass.
So that Sunday is the big move. So I'm a bit like, oh, there's a lot. But I don't have a lot of big stuff, actually. So that's quite good.
Yeah, have you got any furniture that you took back? Or did
No, other than like
That's great.
keyboard and
Yeah.
houseplants, there's no real furniture that I need to take. And I went there the other day to have a second look because when I first looked at it, I was a bit like, I didn't really take it all in.
Yeah.
And there's more wardrobe space than I originally thought.
Oh,
so I'm
thank God.
delighted
That's
about
the thing
that.
for me.
I know,
All my
I know.
clothes. I'm on you as well. Who are you living with?
2 other gays.
Oh, thank God.
Why? 2 other gays who I don't know, but they're apparently very lovely. And well, I know one of them a little bit more now. I actually haven't met the other because he works nights. So every time he's been there, he's been asleep. But we have mutual friends, and yeah, they seem lovely. So yeah,
Really nice.
and I'm back in
people.
London.
Oh my God, what a treat. And you'll be really close to work.
Really
so
close
you'll
to
just-
work. I'm fucking hanging out with Christian Bale at premieres. What a wanker I am.
Oh my God. you're
Really
such
gone
a
full wanker.
Dick, full wanker. He's back, bitches. Yay. What else? Are you going to have a house party?
I don't really. I think when you start renting,
they already
a new
live there, though,
place,
don't
yeah, it's like do you really do them anymore?
Who you replacing? Have you got big shoes to fill? I hate when people say that.
I don't know. Well, I don't think so because I think over the last few months he's been Airbnb-ing it temporarily because he hasn't found someone suitable.
I bet they hope they put the prices up when it was the funeral because London was just mobbed, wasn't it? Everyone needed a place to stay.
Oh,
All those tourists.
I don't want him to exploit the grief of Elizabeth II, Lauren. So
Apologies.
capitalist.
Yeah, apologies.
So yeah, it's been a weird couple of weeks. I want to give a lovely shout out actually to
Please do.
Stacey.
Oh,
One of our
Stacey.
regular
I was going to say a
listeners.
surname then, but you probably shouldn't, should you? Because
But one of our regular listeners, lovely Stacey, and she's been through the mill with
been
it
through the ringer,
recently.
hasn't she?
Hospital. How are you with hospitals?
I've hardly been in one, to be honest. Like, I've never had an operation or anything, me.
Have you never?
No.
Oh God, I've got a
You
list
have,
of them.
yeah.
Well, I fractured my skull when I was a child.
Yeah. That'll explain all that psychopathic behaviour.
It will, yes. What else? Had moles removed. I think that's where my fear of bridges comes from.
Because they famously remove them
On a
over
bridge.
motorway.
It was a DIY job. No, because I used to go to Hull Royal Infirmary,
Oh.
right near Grimsby, and the first time I went, we went there and then the appointment was cancelled or something, and then the second time there was the biggest storm ever. I remember it well, and Mum told me that the bridge was closed.
Oh, you've got to go over the bloody Humber.
Yeah,
haven't
and
you?
because it was such a bad storm, they closed the bridge because it was too dangerous.
Is it suspended? It's suspension,
It's a
isn't
suspension.
it? So
It used to be the biggest bridge in Europe.
Yeah.
It
It was on
the bridge.
University Challenge the other night.
Was it?
Yeah, it was an answer to the question.
What? Where did Lee get his moles removed?
Yeah,
Answer
on
the Humber Bridge.
Yeah, the doctor met him halfway.
And then I went one time and was sick on the doctor's shoes before my operation for some reason.
Good.
So I think I've got like slight trauma inside me where I think definitely from the bridge being closed.
Because
it
that was like what
and
you
when we
associated
used
it
to
with.
drive over the bridge, my mum as she is a wind-up, would go, it only takes one bolt.
Your mum's a terror.
She's a terror. So I do have a slight fear of bridges. Like, I'm all right on a lot of them, but if we're driving, I went to Florida Keys a few years ago. Oh my God, I don't know if anyone's been to Florida Keys, but again, I sound like such a wanker. Don't know if anyone's got themselves over to Florida Keys, but I did go over and visit my friends who have a beach house out there.
Oh, okay. And more of those friends to come from Little Women, darling.
The bridges there's bridge after bridge after bridge, because it's like basically island hopping.
Yeah.
And they're like quite low down from what it seemed of the water. So I was just freaking out.
Were the crocodiles?
I
There
didn't.
are crocs, aren't there, in Florida?
I didn't have a look to see whether the crocodiles,
You were
but
too busy, like-
so yeah, what was my point? Oh, hospital. So yeah, moles removed. Then I had a tumour in my hip when I was.
You really have. I had bad eczema as a kid, so I had to go in for a hospital appointment.
Look
that
at
was
me
it.
fucking telling her my life story about tumours, moles removed. She's got eczema.
I had terrible eczema.
Did you have to have cream?
And bandages. I look like a little
Did
mummy. It was really bad,
you?
yeah. My niece has got it as well.
Oh.
So obviously when she was born, my brother was like, yeah, cheers, Lauren.
It's not your
got your
fault. You
genes.
didn't. It wasn't like Sleeping Beauty, and you give them like a blessing or whatever.
No.
I gift to you the gift of eczema.
Yeah, enjoy itching for the next 12 years. You know what I mean? Oh. But yeah, so that was the only thing for me. I've never had an appointment like you. Really know your way around whole infirmary, don't you?
I really do. I really do.
God love you. Yeah, so are you traumatised by hospitals then generally? 'Cause you
No,
to
I
do
don't
them quite a
have.
lot.
No, I'm really normal with hospitals. I mean, the only thing I hate about them is the people you meet in the.
In the A&E.
Because there's a lot of moaners.
Yeah,
There's a lot of moaners.
hypochondriacs.
Mm.
Yeah, God love them, and they're just like in A&E for.
How's Jonathan with
God.
hospitals? What are you like with
Have you had a big operation, Jonathan?
No, nothing too extravagant. I was think I've never stayed overnight in hospital. I've never had like a big operation. I have like visited people in, but that's normally just when I'm really out of things to do.
Yeah, just heads down
Straight in the barrel.
to St Thomas's.
He
just
hasn't
as
had
like,
a lot of social interaction.
Yeah, God love you. Well, that's good. That's what. But shout out to Stacey then.
I
'cause
know,
she's
yeah,
been
she's
in and out of
broken a leg,
hospital.
bless her, and
Worst
she's in and out, but she's
break.
been very supportive of this podcast, so thank you so much. I was just going to say as well, it reminded me of the overnight stay in hospital when once I'd just had my operation, and they came in and was like, can we take your order for breakfast? And I was like, yeah, what is there? And I was like,
You were like, I'll have
toast.
scrambled with hollandaise.
yeah. Eggs Benedict, please. They were like, it's just toast or tea.
Florentine, yeah, the Florentine will
Yeah.
do. Thanks.
So I was like, I'll get some toast with jam on it, please. Like,
Lovely.
yeah.
Lovely, yeah.
And anyway,
my
it
mum.
took ages, and my mum comes, and I always remember, and the nurse came up and gave me some toast, and I just happened to see there was no jam on it.
Furious.
So I punched the nurse. No, I didn't. I just said innocently, I ordered jam. My mother could have. Nearly had to have another operation.
I bet you
You
did.
did not order. This is not a like a hotel. And I was like, they came to ask me for my order, and I did order jam, and she's given me butter.
And you were like, this is the first time I've stayed overnight. I don't know what you meant to do.
Also, like, I've got a tumour in my hip. Leave me alone. I just want some jam.
That was her stress coming out.
Oh,
She's
I
taking it
know.
out on you.
Talking of jamming.
We're jamming.
I went to
you
see the
went to
Bob
see
Marley
it?
musical. Very embarrassing. I kept accidentally, drunkenly telling people it was the Bob Geldof musical.
No, very different artists.
Yeah. I was like, we went to see the Bob Geldof musical. They were like, there's a musical about
It's
Bob
meant to be
Geldof.
amazing. How was it?
It was actually really good. I really enjoyed it.
But actually, side story on this. So a guy who is in musical theatre actually, but he works for Dolly Sticks for me sometimes because I've got a few people who like work for me on when I have like double market stalls, an
Yeah.
event, whatever. He was an usher there because he's in his third year at stage school, whatever. He was working there and he just had to quit because it was just awful. Because it's called Get Up, Stand Up, and the point is you're not supposed to get up, stand up in a musical. It's not a gig. It's
Well, you
a
do at the
musical.
end, yeah.
Yeah, but people were like arriving because of the crowds it was bringing in, hammered. So they go to like a bottomless
Yeah.
brunch, arrive because it's like got all the songs that they know in. This happens a lot with like Jersey Boys, doesn't it? And like Mamma Mia and stuff. And so the ushers.
Tina, the musical.
Yeah, and
oh,
Tina.
God, it was
And
the
it's a sad
audience were
story.
feral.
Yeah, well, it was the same though. He got like, some woman attempted to punch him and he moved out the way. Some other woman pushed him up against the wall.
Did he give him butter and not jam?
It was that. It was the butter and not jam, yeah.
Well,
It's-
we
they
went to
also
a
can't
matinee.
serve doubles. They can only serve singles.
Well, they served me a double.
Well, maybe the matinee, maybe it's...
Yeah, because it was quite tame. It was getting a bit like, there's one woman who was just screaming.
You
but
do
like,
drink a lot when you're at the theatre as well. Not you, like anyone.
Well, I do.
Yeah, me too.
But someone in it sang No Woman, No Cry. Oh my God, I got goosebumps.
Did you? Was it really good?
Oh, she was incredible. And the guy that played Bob Marley, his arms. Give those arms an Olivier Award.
I've seen him on... He's, and his voice is stunning as well. Isn't it?
Yeah, stunning.
I've seen him on...
Not that I'm objectifying it. The story was also very good, but the
Yeah.
arms. Oh,
He's
I gave it a
talented.
standing ovation and I was only sat down.
This has been a very explicit episode,
Hasn't it? Jonathan thinks we're
Saucy.
sordid.
Terrible influence. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
It was him. We'll blame him.
But we have to go and see Unfortunate the musical. So it's about the story of Ursula the Sea Witch.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, let's go see it.
Maybe that's a Disney princess you could play Ariel.
Oh, yeah.
If only you'd lose your voice.
Still praying.
I'm joking.
Talking of sordid, though, maybe we end the pod on this.
What?
Have you... And I'm not one for celeb gossip, but you cannot...
Oh, we have to discuss this.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
No, but go on.
You know, sometimes when there's celeb gossip, you go on Twitter, you go on Insta, and it's like everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
Fucking Adam Levine.
Ah, yes. I heard about this today. We talked about it on the show.
Escandalo. So he's been...
Give
right,
us a roundup very quickly.
I don't quite know. I've only know it from memes, so I was kind of hoping you might have
I could give you a
seen it more
roundup.
because you're on Twitter more, and I've only seen like Instagram do it in such a snapshot, and it's normally a comedy video that's nothing about the actual thing. So he's slipped into the DMs of some influencer. Been
For
having
a year.
Been having an affair with her.
Well, allegedly, we have
Right,
to say.
okay.
So this is all alleged.
on,
Although
what do you know? Tell me.
he has admitted that he has slid into the DMs and been sending kind of explicit messages. He has admitted, in his own words, that he, and I quote, crossed the line. Okay. Now,
I mean,
it depends on what you call crossing the line. So apparently, these people have never met. But I
she
think
said
if you've been
that, 'cause she
messaging
must
for
have
a
outed
year,
him, right?
well, this is the thing. Here's the big thing. His wife is pregnant
with the third child.
with the third child, and he asked the celebrity influencer of whose DMs he did a slide in.
He did of slide.
He did off the slide, sliddy Levine, went into her DMs and asked her, I think her name was something like Sunma, said, my wife is having a baby. Would you mind if we call the baby Sunya or Summa or whatever her name is?
God, what the fuck?
That is a disgrace.
But
I sound like Liz Truss, don't I? We import all our cheese. That is a disgrace.
are you going to miss next week's episode so you can go and open a pork market in China? Or wherever she went.
But is that crossing a line? What is crossing the line? So if someone was sending flirty messages...
Why is she even DMing? If Freddie was DMing anyone but me, he doesn't even go on Instagram, so we'd know there was something wrong.
I could show you a little bit. I've got receipts, let me tell you.
Get him out. I'd just be furious. I'd be like, you can go fuck yourself. Like, I'd be so...
So do you think it's cheating if someone sends flirty messages to someone? So they've never kissed, they've never had sex, they've never actually even met, but they're sending flirty messages.
Was
Do you
the
think
dick
that's
pics?
cheating? Let's say for now there's no dick pics.
Okay. I think you've still got to go through couples therapy at that stage in their relationship
Yeah.
to get through that. Because he can't go on his phone again. And it's not like he can hibernate or whatever or come off social media. Well, he could come off social media, but like he's a big celebrity. So it is a bit much.
So let's
it's
just
too
say,
much.
right, you're married to Freddie.
Yeah.
And you see,
yeah.
let's just pretend you are married to Freddie. And you see that he's messaged someone
Can't even imagine it.
saying like, oh God, I'd love to, I'm just trying to think of how you say it to a girl. I'd love to get those knickers off.
I'd love to wear a wig with you and
But being like, I'd love to be there right now. What you doing? What you wearing? Is
No.
it cheating? Has he crossed the line?
It makes me get the ick. That's too much.
It only makes you get the ick. It would make me go.
Well, furious. I wouldn't. I can't even compute
I
it.
think it.
Can't
I
even
think it's
compute
classed as cheating.
Yeah.
Let's
He'd
cross
be
over
kicked
to
out.
our.
He'd be kicked out, and I'd be like, "You have to fucking explain yourself because you've It's totally disrespecting the relationship. Also, when I've not got any kids, like she's pregnant with the third child. That is, I mean, get your priorities right.
And he wants to name her after his.
It's fucking disrespectful. And only a few years ago, because she's a Victoria's Secret model. Not that that's got anything to do with it.
No, it does
but
change
it's
things.
not
Fair
like-
enough on Adam. No, I'm joking. Even I would.
It's not like he's dating someone that's like mediocre looking. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, I
not
thought
that
you meant the
matters.
new woman was a Victoria's
No,
Secret.
his wife.
Well,
And there's
he's doing
videos
all
of
right.
him like being like, whoa, like being so supportive at all her shows and stuff. It just makes you think nothing's real.
Well,
He needs to get, he's lost respect. He's having a midlife crisis, I think. Maybe that's what it is. He's having a midlife crisis. He's looked back on his time and he's gone, I'm a pop star and now I'm married with 3 kids. What the fuck?
yeah.
Straight men will do that. Dogs.
Well,
Sorry,
okay.
Jonathan.
So we think it's crossing
It's
the line.
crossed. He's so far over the line. That line is a dart to you.
She was saying this before we started the episode. She's going, he's so far past the line. He can't even see the line. I was like, you do realise you are quoting Friends right now.
I did think, I was like, where have I got that saying from?
Aristotle. Anyway, Jonathan, would you say it was crossing the line? Oh,
I'd say it's emotional cheating, which is the
got a
less
label.
bad form of cheating, but it's still kind of cheating. So it was very flirty, and it wasn't completely platonic. The messages, it was pretty like.
Yeah.
So
And if you're keeping it a secret, like you said, if you're keeping it a secret.
Victoria's Secret.
Oh, baby girl.
Yeah, it's not great, but they didn't consummate the cheating, did they?
Yeah. They've got to work through that together as a couple and figure out why he did it.
They've got to work through it, and then hopefully she will be loved.
That love has taken its toll on her as well.
Oh, very good. That's it. That was better, Jonathan. Well done. I was
okay.
trying to find one, and I was thinking the only song I can think of is "She Will Be Loved." But yeah.
Well, I was hoping she
This
wasn't called
love.
Jane because there's a whole album about her.
Oh,
You know what I
really?
mean? The song's about. First album.
Oh, someone's a fan.
I know, I used to love Maroon 5. Only first album, I don't know any others. Oh, God, well, end on that. People, DM us, let us know.
Have you ever been cheated on, or are you cheating on someone currently? If you are, get in touch. We'd love to read out your stories and expose you on this podcast.
It'll be kept anonymous. Wink.
Until then, this has been episode 30. We're back. We're going to have more guests down the line.
Yeah.
Popping in now and then to have a little chat with us.
Mix it up.
And yeah, do all your things as well. We've had a couple of nice reviews recently.
We have. Keep reviewing, especially on Apple, because they rule the podcast world still, because they're the OGs. So if you do have an Apple device, pop a review on there. We'd be very thrilled. If it's a 1-star, don't bother. But if it's 5, you're very
I still
welcome.
remember that person who wrote us an amazing review and then put 1 star, and obviously
They obviously
got
didn't know what they were
confused. I know,
doing.
well, that's
Yeah.
what I'm telling myself.
Yeah.
Unless they just have very high standards.
Otherwise, I wouldn't sleep at night. Yeah.
Jonathan, thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Never a chore getting involved. Yeah, this has been episode 30 of Fab Life.
With Lauren and Lee.
Oh, Jonathan even applauded us.
Lovely,
I love
lovely.
it.
Excellent.